All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'chakodash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and the elders at GMS. Shalom to you, brothers, Christmas truth, across the four winds of the earth. And I just want to go on this real quick. Took a screenshot of this. I forgot who posted it. It was somebody posted it on YouTube, and I took a screenshot of it. And the post, it reads, it says, leak recording reveals Campbell's executive shocking remarks about the soup's ingredients. It says, we have shit for fucking poor people. It says, who buys our shit? It says, I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. So he still does, but barely. It says, it's not healthy. Now that I know what the fuck's in it, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. And you see, and time again, all these things keep coming out about what's in the food system. What's in the food? So you can't really call it food. But what's in the things that we eat? Because it all goes back to what? It all goes back to being in captivity. It goes all back to these people, these people ruling the earth, the wicked. And this is a byproduct. How you have one of the executives call you out on the nonsense, man. Right? So if these people that are up there in the company CEOs and executives and all these people, if these people aren't eating half the shit that they're producing and putting out on the market, what makes you think we should be doing? You see, but obviously everything, even the organic, so-called organic, so-called whole foods or the healthy stores or whatever, wherever you are, right? It doesn't matter what you get, it's going to be defiled, man. Everything in this place is defiled. Everything. The healthy food, the non-healthy food, the okay food, and stuff, and everything, man. That's why homemaking stuff is really the best, but you gotta understand that you don't have rivers and oceans and lakes to catch fish and farms to get, animals and all this other stuff. So you still, it's 20 times better than eating out. Because you can make, for an example, tacos, right? Tacos. Same exact way that a restaurant would get it. But if you go to the restaurant, the calories almost triple than you making it at home. Right? It could be the same exact ingredients, but it's the stuff that they do, all the chemicals and all the shit that they put in it is what defiles it. I mean, the food's already defiled, but it makes it worse, man. But the prophecies and the scriptures spoke that we were going to go to our enemy in the one of all things, and eating is one of them, man. So let's get it. I'm gonna start off with Deuteronomy. All right, let me start at 15. This is the consequences of disobedience. I actually want to read this in NLT. All right. It says, curses for disobedience. It's Deuteronomy 28 and 15. It says, but if you refuse to listen to the Lord, your power, and do not obey all the commands and decrees I am giving you today, all these curses will come and overwhelm you. Now let's go down to, I believe is it 48? Yeah. Right? This is Deuteronomy 28 and 48. In the NLT, it says, you will serve your enemies whom the Lord will send against you. You will be left hungry, thirsty, naked, and lacking in everything. The Lord will put an iron yoke on your neck, oppressing you harshly until he has destroyed you. I don't like that version. Let's get the KJV. Let's go back down, Deuteronomy 28 and 48 in the KJV. And it reads, it says, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, right? In what? In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness. So your food, your water, clothing, and in one of all things, you need license, you need a registration. You want to buy some books. You want to anything. You name it, man. Electronics, notebooks, papers, anything, man. You have to go to your enemy because guess what? We're in Esau's kingdom, and Esau is an enemy. He is an enemy, and we're in his kingdom. So therefore, we have to do the best we can in here, but also we have to abide by their laws, right? Even though we do what we have to do in this place, obviously we can't enact the laws in this place because we're not in rulership. But in this place, we have to abide by the rules. You got to stop at red lights. You got to do this, fire taxes. You got to go register your car every year. You got to get a new sticker. Obviously, we have to do what we can. But when it starts to coming against the Heavenly Father, that's when it's going to put a stop to it, right? But this is the condition that we're in. So we're subject to all this madness, because that's what it is. And the thing is, a righteous person, if there wasn't enough animals to supply all the food that you're selling, a righteous person would obviously stop selling whatever product it was until enough animals came about, or enough meat, or whatever the case may be. That would happen. But these people, they don't think like that. They'd be like, okay, well, it ain't enough of this. Let's go to the next step. We gotta keep mass producing it for what? For that money. So what we gonna do? We gonna start 3D printing. We gonna start making it in labs. And then even when you look at Campbell's soup, even when you look at the chicken is like in fucking squares, man. What chicken comes like that? You cut them up in cubes? Little fucking gray looking pieces of chicken. You know something's up. That shit's nasty, man. But that is the place that we're in, man. And this is why we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here, man. This place cannot, thrive anymore, man. Obviously we have to wait on the Lord, but sitting here and being subject to even just it was not small, something that you need. You need food and you need water. So what do these people do? They defile all of it. They fuck it all up. Your water's fucked up. pH in the water's all off. Everything, man. This is a perfect example of us having to learn, being under these people, seeing what wickedness looks like, for us to really appreciate righteousness. And we really gotta sit there and you think about it. It's true. All that shit, all the shit that goes on, and it's getting worse day by day. For you to sit here, all this wickedness that goes on, you have to really like, oh damn. We really appreciate the little righteousness that goes on now, man. Because it's like, you have a place like this, and you're just surrounded. Where you see why Lot was vexed. And it's that point to where we get vexed. I was vexed today. Listening to my damn coworkers talking about fucking popping mollies and doing shit. I'm like, come on, man. It doesn't end, man. It's like, come on, man. Like, when does it stop? And the thing is, people are so surrounded by darkness in this place that all the wickedness is normal. It's like some people don't start to think like, damn, maybe I'm going a little too far. Maybe I need to stop. Maybe I need to slow. And I said this a couple videos ago. Like, you people don't think like, oh, okay, maybe I'm going a little too far with this. Maybe that's just a little too much. No. This place doesn't have an end. Wickedness will thrive, and people don't want stopping. But let's get this one. Here, I know which one I'm getting. Ezekiel 4. Because this is prophecy, though. Just like in Deuteronomy and just like how in Ezekiel. Is Ezekiel 4. In verse 12, it says, "And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight." Verse 13 is the point. It says, "And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them." And we've been drove to all over the world, man, scattered. And it's not just Babylon the Great with defiled food. Don't think it just stops here. No, it's all over the world, man. But it's prophecy. We're gonna eat defiled food. That's why you get something super simple. Some tortillas. You get some flour tortillas, and you look at the ingredients. It's 20 ingredients. It doesn't take that much to make no flour tortillas. But what do? They put the stuff in there, and then they come out and be like, "Oh, it's just so the shelf life can last longer, or just so we can do this and do that." No, man. No. It's because you people don't. These people they will put certain stuff in the foods because they done tests and research of thousands and thousands of hours of seeing what these things do to the human body, man. What it does to the brain, the organs, heart, skin, the blood. They done all this research to see what this stuff does. So what did they do? Okay, what does this to them? It makes the blood do this and then this. That's what the whole, the COVID-19 thing. Now, I don't know if it was true, but they put it in the movie clip about that, and they said that the whole purpose of that wasn't to, unalive people. The whole purpose of them, mass producing that and making everybody get it was to make people infertile. So people are not having babies, or if you're having babies, this has a lot of problems with the baby birth defects and all type of stuff. But these are the people that went. I forgot. I don't know what movie it was, but I bookmarked it. Oh no, I bookmarked it on Twitter. I don't know what movie it was, but it was from some type of movie, right? So that's what goes on in this place, man. And you people have such a problem with us to be like, oh, a new world is coming, man. A new existence. Where you don't have to worry about fucking. I was looking at side note. It's not really a side note, but looking at new cat food from a cat, and it was from Rachel Ray. Rachel Ray's I think it was the wet food, I believe. It might have been the wet food. And there was this one word on there that I couldn't even start to pronounce. It was probably like 16 letters. And I was like, dude, what is this? You see, and it doesn't stop with humans. They even define animal food. So it's like, when does it stop, man? It stops when Yahushua comes back and ends all this. In the kingdom, I promise you ain't going to have to worry about none of that. Everything's going to be fresh, straight from the animal, straight from the garden. Well, it's going to be from the heathens first, because they're going to be out there doing that. Straight from the heathens, straight to the plate, man. You see? And it's just like, come on, man. That's why y'all gassy. Gassy, you get bloated. And start breaking out and shit. All types of things just happen when you eating the food that goes on in this place. But you got to get the best of the worst, man. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say. I want to touch on that real quick. It wasn't meant to be super long. Got some more